Hello, it's Mercy here from Dal Riata. This is the weekly summary video for the 8th of August 2021. An interesting week. Not really. Quite a boring week actually. This was the week in between campaigns, so we had Tower of Doom and no campaign, which is a bit sad. I really like campaign. I think it's a good what do you call it? You don't call it an event? Game mode. I think it's a good game mode. Anyway, let's go through the week and talk about next week. Let's look at the guild first. That's kind of what we do. So we had a Tower of Doom. Tower of Dooms have become... I don't know what they've done to the Tower of Dooms. They used to be relatively often. Now they're every 11 weeks. And because there are 6 different types of mana, that means that it's every 66 weeks or whatever that each colour comes up. So this was a green one. We had the Doom of Nature. We got a doomed weapon, which of course you won't be, if you didn't get your 54 or 55 or whatever scrolls this time, you won't be able to upgrade it for another year and a bit, assuming they keep the current status of the events. It is possible the Tower of Dooms go back into the weekend format, but given that they put in Nomapalooza and Regenerated Vault, I doubt they're really going to spread the others. Anyway, might happen, but as it stands, we won't see another green Tower of Doom for another year or so, and that makes it a bit rubbish, really. However, in saying that, I mean, our guild is so good that everybody just... what am I saying? Everybody did enough to complete the stages by miles. We got there, as you can see, very easily. I mean, everybody played past 10th floor, or actually Meriden looks like 10th floor, I think is about 13, because there was a one of those scrolls that give you extra things, so that's maybe floor 11. So everybody else is playing above that, so everybody's getting more scrolls than they need to. Which is good to see. It's great to see this, and they went with the strategy that everybody did all floor up to floor 10, and then you could skip them after that. There was a bit of a problem at the beginning because our scout didn't scout all the rooms. Well, they did. They would have had to have scouted most of the rooms, but they only reported the unlocks. And although that is a bit of a departure from our normal strategy, you can't be angry or upset because our scout went miles ahead and pretty much set it up for everybody to do pretty well. And then on Discord we carried on scouting and scouted more of the rooms, so those who wanted to get the fireballs and the lucks and all those sort of things could. But I mean, it was never in doubt that we were going to finish this one pretty easily, and it's quite good. I like to see that everybody's had a good crack at it. I can't even think of how well or not I've done. How many scrolls did I get? I think they're right down the bottom. There we go. Nature scrolls 46. Oh, why didn't I get 54? Maybe it's because I didn't buy. Oh, maybe you have to like buy. Yeah. You're going in the shop and buying extra tiers. Gets you the extras, and maybe I didn't really particularly feel like that. I don't really have a Nature Doom weapon to get up, so it was kind of irrelevant to me. It was more a case of finishing for the guild, and then I didn't really play. But that was the Tower of Doom event, and that was it. That was a world event this week, so we didn't have that. We've had bounty and a new bounty captain. So I'm guessing that's an individual event, so that doesn't really show up in the guild statistics or anything. But how did the guild go? How are we going in general? Well, we've jumped up the rankings a bit, which is kind of nice. We're up to 284, so we're still cruising quite happily up that. We've got 30 members, as we always do. And as you see, everybody's all the sentinels are just doing as they do. What do we got? We've got a couple of reds there, but they're kind of irrelevant, aren't they? You know, they're hitting the trophies and giving donations more than minimum. It's not so great. And it's being a bit of a pattern actually. So that's going to launch me onto talking about we're in a new sort of era for Dal Riata. I mean, we don't really kick people out anymore. We don't really look for new recruits. Everybody's pretty much playing. Most, you know, I'll talk about this in a second, this new renaming. But all the Sentinels, you know, provide way more than they need to, play way more than they need to for the guild. So we're in a kind of new phase as to if you meet these minimum requirements, which seriously we don't really consider minimum requirements anymore. We consider we want you to put in what's reasonable for you, and when enough to help the guild. And we don't really care about these because we always hit the 40,000, and everybody does pretty much more than 2,000 anyway. And the trophies, I mean, just look at this. I mean, everybody's pretty much doing more than that in terms of trophies. And, you know, when you get somebody like Shadows only hitting 400, that's probably because she's been busy this weekend and working. But, you know, next week she'll probably hit 1,000. So we don't really worry about that stuff. But down the bottom of the table, you kind of start thinking about it. And thinking about, well, you know, to carry on advancing, do we need to drop off some of these players who are just meeting the bare minimum, because we are really, you know, the goal is to be all Sentinels, or I've just renamed them All Star about half an hour ago, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. So I don't know, we're in a new strategy. I'm not sure what to do with that new strategy. I'm looking for advice. Very happy to hear from the others about what everybody thinks, but I'm kind of thinking that if you're at the bottom of the table at the end of the week, you probably shouldn't be. You probably should be going. You know, and I think this player's been here. Let's see how many days. 100 and something days, I think. 113 days. Been here 113 days, and if you're at the bottom of the table after 113 days, it's 3 months. And you've only given 12 million. What's that? 4 3s 12. You're giving a million. 12 million in 12 weeks, 13 weeks. No, yes, it's just cruising on the minimum, really. Well, you're in the right rank, actually. I'm going to talk about it, and he is in the right rank. So, anyway, I don't know. So I'm looking for advice as to what to do with that. I mean, last time we booted somebody out, Nobby joined, and look at Nobby's level 1448. So, you know, should we be improving the guild by recruiting better players? Don't know. Anyway, seals, we don't really talk about seals. Tasks, we didn't hit the tasks. We probably will. I'm guessing we will by tomorrow. I do this a day early, so that would be the first time we haven't hit all the epic tasks for months now. So that's kind of interesting. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah. Sorry, hang on. I'll go back. I change the names, because we used to be called Sentinels, Commanders, Legionnaires, and Recruits, or something like that. Legionnaires and something, I don't know. And it didn't really make much sense. That was just the default of the game. And I've been thinking about it in the last week and tried out a couple of names, if you might have realised. And I'm trying to impart upon everybody the sort of guild philosophy. And the guild philosophy is you start off, you join as a rookie, prove yourself, become a team player, which means you're hitting all the minimum requirements, but doing no more than that. You're just kind of hitting the minimum requirements and cruising through. And that's what I was explaining at the bottom of the table just before. Rookies, if you're a rookie and you're still a rookie at the end of the week, you definitely get booted. So somebody joining doesn't hit the requirements. They don't make it up to team player, but they actually get booted and get replaced. The opposite of that is, of course, if you're a team player who didn't meet the requirements, you get down to rookie. You spend a week of rookie, and if you don't meet the requirements again, you're booted. But if you do meet the requirements, you're back up to team player, and that's how that kind of works. And that's worked for pretty much the couple of years of our existence. If you're a team player and you start contributing more and playing more and talking a bit, contributing teams and things like that, you will go up to veteran. And veterans are players who contribute way more than they need to. They play more than they need to. They're something more than team players. So I've taken a sports analogy here. So they're your veterans in your team are the ones that you rely on. They keep you going. And then you've got the All-Stars, and the All-Stars, they do more than that. So the All-Stars contribute well more than they need to. They can be a bit erratic, so sometimes they might not, but when they do, they really do. So in this game's terms, this is somebody who gives 3 or 4 million one week and may give 1 million the next week, but then the next week they're back giving 3 or 4 million again in terms of gold. So this is your all-star is kind of your veteran, but your veteran who's a super performer. Now, and I've said it all before, the Sentinels in our guild are those who also contribute teams. So when you log on the new day and there's a class event, then a whole bunch of the all-stars hopefully have posted what team they're using. And I kind of expect this. So you see it from players like Holy Triceratops and Lyric and me and Agent and players who have been around a long time. We share what we're playing with, and it makes the game a lot easier. So you're going to just log in and go, oh, I can't be bothered making a team myself, but I feel like playing a little bit. Let me just use Lyric's team today, and that makes the guild really, really, really fun. And all-stars are also those who contribute to the Discord channel. And they contribute in the sense our Discord channel is not really chat. Our Discord channel is about sharing teams and posting good teams on there. And if you're an all-star, you're pretty much, hopefully, I'm expecting you to be posting teams on the Discord channel, because that's one of the legacy sort of parts of our guild that makes this guild really awesome, is that we have this amazing team library. And it kind of makes me sad that there are players down here in these ranks who aren't taking advantage of that, because it really is a thing now, and it really is a thing in the end game, because you do require different teams for different situations, especially when you're down trying to knock off all the delves. And I've changed my name from Guildmaster to Captain, to keep that sports theme. Now, I'm not set on this. I only did this half an hour ago, and I was trying a couple this morning. Sorry, I tried some different ones, and they were more descriptive of what these levels meant. I'm not sure what to go for. I'm not wedded to any idea. So if you have any better ideas, please contribute them in Guild Chat or Discord, and we can discuss them. But I did want to give that idea of that progression that I just explained. So there we go. We'll keep that for a wee while until somebody else comes up with something better. So here we go. Right, so that's pretty much the week. I've got nothing else to say about this week. So let's talk about the new Mythic. The new Mythic. So 2 things I want to talk about the new Mythic is there on Discord there was a bit of chat about mainly between me and one other member about how to draw a strategy for drawing the new Mythic. So let's talk about that first before we actually talk about the new Mythic itself. So it was a new Mythic weekend. We did have a new Mythic on Friday. Oh, let's just go and see if any more people have got it. So did anybody else get it? Speaker Town 22. So this is the first time I've actually counted how many of us got the new Mythic, and I had guessed kind of, I don't know, half the guild, maybe a bit less. I was thinking 12 people went for it. But as you see, we've got 23 out of 30 have got the new Mythic, which does make me wonder. I was surprised. I was like, oh, whoa, well, that's many more than I thought. But then actually when I really thought about it, I thought, actually, we're pretty much a team of Sentinels or All-Stars now. Why is everybody not getting it? So who isn't getting it? So there's seven members of a guild who haven't got the new Mythic, which actually is to me is very strange, because if you've watched my video that I did about getting the new Mythic is the cheapest this week that it will ever be. In terms of resources, it's pretty easy to get, and I'm going to talk about the chests in a second, but it's pretty much free. It doesn't require anything, really. And it's kind of beyond me as to why people haven't got it, actually, now. Now our levels, because we're all over level 1100 almost, everybody, that should be 30 out of 30, so that's kind of interesting. Well, there's an example of Lyric posting a team. So Lyric's got the new Mythic and put it in a team for people to use, and I'll actually show you that team in a second. So firstly, well done, congratulations everybody for getting, for who got it, but why are you, the 7 of you, not getting it? That's really strange to me, especially, you might be getting it later in the week, I guess, but actually most of you play on the weekend, so it's a bit strange. I don't understand that. So I do have a video talking about a strategy for getting the keys. I don't talk about a specific opening strategy, because I actually think that's completely irrelevant. I talk about how to save keys specifically for the new Mythic. So you're seeing me at my lowest point here, because I don't actually use keys for anything else. To me there is no point, and that video will tell you. I use event keys to try for mythics that I don't have in the particular kingdom of the world. So for instance, it's Drifting Sands is next week. I go to Drifting Sands and I think to myself, how do I have what Drifting Sands cards do I have that are unowned? Well, the answer is none. So there's no point in me using any event keys this week. If there was a mythic that I didn't have, I would be trying to get that mythic. But Scorpius is the one pictured there. If I didn't have Scorpius, I would be spending event keys. So that's what event keys for. Event keys is something different. So the keys that you use for everything else are the guild keys, the gold keys, the glory keys, and the gem keys. Guild keys, of course, these guys here, these are from the, you get these just basically from playing and cashing in orbs of the clans, and these have a very good chance of getting the new mythic, so those are good to use for the new mythic. Gold keys have no chance, so you don't use those for getting the new mythic. Glory keys have a 0.1% chance, a 0.01% chance, and I know that because you go up to the drop table and it says get a mythic, it's 0.01. So that's you have to draw a lot of chests open to get that. Luckily, glory keys are very cheap, and not only are they very cheap, as you can buy them with, let me just show you, I'll just waste these keys. You can spend glory to open them, and instead of opening 200 at a time, you open 50 at a time, you open less, but you can spend 1,000 glory. Now if you look at my glory, and all of us will have very high amounts of glory, especially in the existence of the Nomapalooza, because you get, I think I got 200,000 glory over the Nomapalooza, but glory is essentially worthless. It has no value, or essentially no value actually, except for spending on opening the new mythic. So you spending 100,000 glory should not stress you out. It is easy to get, easy to accumulate. You buy the Monday glory troop, but that's only only costs several thousand, and you can upgrade it for a few thousand more, but you easily make in the week way more than you spend on the glory troop. So this stuff just accumulates, and this is worthless. Gem keys have some value, but that value decreases during the end game as you get higher and higher in levels, as you get more of the mythics, and I talk about this at length in the video, that with the law of diminishing returns, the chances of drawing a mythic that you don't have it becomes harder and harder. So these kind of lose value as you play the game, so they become less and less worth it, even though there is 10 times the chance to draw a mythic than there is in a glory chest. Now the conversation today I just want to talk about is the conversation on Discord during the week was based on a misinterpretation of what this sentence here means and this sentence here means. So this sentence here means there is 4 times more chance to win to get a legendary in a gem chest or a gem key using a gem key than there is in a glory key, and there is a 10 times greater chance to get a mythic than there is in a glory chest. So what this is referring to, it's referring to the drop table. So it's this number here and this number here. So it's a 0.1% chance. When I showed you just before on the glory chest, it's a 0.01% chance. So a gem key has a 10 times more likely to drop a mythic than a glory key, but or from glory. However, if you're spending 100,000 glory to try and get a mythic, your chances of getting one in the glory chest are actually greatly increased in terms of the value of the resource you're spending, because you don't have many thousands of gem keys. I have 1,000 here. I think I spent 800 during to get the new one, but the value of glory is far less than the value of gem keys, because of that small chance of drawing other mythics and other times during the week. So what happened is somebody's misunderstood what this means. So this is referring to the drop table chances of both of these, comparing both of these keys. This is what this is referring to. It is not referring to what you might think is kind of a gambling kind of scenario where if your glory keys have dropped a certain way or dropped a certain thing, then you have a better chance of getting a mythic from a gem key. That is not how this game works, and it's certainly not how coding works, and not how the coders would have done this. And they've explained how they've done it in terms of drop tables. So your chance of drawing a mythic from a gem key is not influenced by your previous draws from glory keys or gold keys or VIP keys or guild keys or anything. Every key opening is a individual event based on those drop tables. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled into some crazy strategy. Your strategy should be based on what level you are, how many things you have. So for instance, I've got tons of these guys at the moment. So if I was walking in and doing a new mythic again today, I would go, right, I'm going to maybe spend 10,000 seals to try and get it. And if I don't get it there, the chance of getting it is pretty good. Look at that, 0.11. It's better than you get more troops. There was 80% that was in a gem, and the chance is higher. So the chance of getting a mythic is actually higher than in gem keys. So I would go for this first. I'd whack out 10. If I haven't got it in 10, I might go and, it doesn't really matter. I might go and spend 200 gem keys just to mix it up. I might, if I'm feeling like a gambler and I'm feeling superstitious, I might restart my game, because there might be some magical caches that might be cleared. But it doesn't really matter. The thing is, before starting to draw keys, I would restart my game, but not during. During it makes no difference. And then I would go and hit some glory, and I might actually, I'll set a psychological target, because this is a psychological game. The drawing, I might say, right, I'm going down to 450,000, and I'll sit there and I'll spend 50,000 glory, and I'll probably get angry and I'll probably get frustrated, and then I'll go, right, okay, what am I going to do now? And then I might go back and I might do some gem keys, but you're kind of doing it. There's no real strategy. It's all dependent on what you feel comfortable with, how you enjoy the game, what you've got excess of, what you're short of. If I had very few gem keys, I might not spend any. How badly you want that mythic, but like I said, you actually shouldn't think like that, because this is the best time to get the Mythic of any time. When it goes into the other drop table, it competes against all the other Mythics, and it's very hard to get, or you have to buy it with diamonds. So that's really terrible. This is the time. That Friday, that first Friday, is the time to get it, no matter how good or bad that card is. So anyway, there you go. That's my little rant. Let's go have a look at it. So I have no idea why this keeps on resetting back to this for me. It's really upsetting. Anyway, this was Lyric's team, but I switched Arboreal Crystal to Arboreal Crystal because I thought Arboreal Crystal was better. Even though it blocked it, it creates a Leaf Storm, which this team really needed. So Oracle doesn't give the Leaf Storm. Oracle makes the weapon a centaur, and makes this a centaur team, which is really cool. But so essentially this is Lyric's team, but I think it's a little bit better. That's just my opinion. Lyric is extremely good at making teams, way better at making teams than me, so I could have missed something subtle that he was doing. But anyway, this team seems to work well with me. Astral Mother is our card. Removes all gems of a chosen colour, which is really annoying. If that was destroyed, then this card would be awesome. Remove is really annoying. And that was another problem with Lyric's team. It had all the colours of mana in it, so you kept on having to wipe the board of one of the colours that you want. But this way, I can cast Astral Mother on brown and not affect the mana of the other guys. So that's another reason to choose Arboreal Crystal over Firefly. Firefly is of course the centaur weapon, but it doesn't have to be, because Oracle makes you a centaur anyway. So let's go back to Astral Mother. What else does it do? 40% random plants to give Reflect to a random ally, which is actually pretty nice. Immune to some status effects, which is nice but irrelevant in such a mediocre card. If it was an awesome card, then it would be great. And helps centaurs. So is it a good card? Let's go see. Anthea is a card I've not really used before, so this is quite fun. So creates 15 yellow and green gems. So gives us bonus yellow, and that's about it. So a useful card, but very much support. So if you were making an awesome team, you could definitely put something else there. But I quite like using Anthea when I really haven't before. And the World Break is just great. And we're about to have a crack with this team and see. Looking at the banner, that's not a brilliant banner to use, is it? Because it's minus blue. So we might just change the banner on that. So I don't want the Warren banner because I don't want that minus blue. It would be really nice to have a minus brown, a green, yellow, minus brown, but I don't think such a thing exists. Green. We want green and yellow, or green and purple. Actually, green and purple would be better. Have we got a green and purple? Green and purple minus brown. That's a green and purple minus yellow. We want a green and purple minus brown. There isn't one, is there? Let's just go green and blue or green and purple. We want Astral Mother, so let's do green and purple. Yes, we want the green because we're having that Leaf Storm. So let's try that as the banner. I don't often like doing the half banners. I liked finding a double, but I couldn't find one, could I? Okay, let's give that a go. It doesn't work. Where was I going to fight? We do a PvP, shall we? Okay, let's take on a Beatrix. Beatrix and Venoxia and Mang. There's some good good cards in there. This is a team I love, by the way. Just shouting out to Erica. I might have to, at the end of the video, show you something with that. But here we go. Here's the team. Let's go do battle. It's not that brilliant. It hasn't got a fast start, so it's not brilliant in PvP. But we might get a sense, because what we're testing here is we're testing how is this as a card. So look at that, we got a full match of brown, and we don't have any brown. So that's a bit interesting. We want blues and purples, so we want this guy up. Worldbringer will get up just from creating gems. So our strategy is to get this one up. Let's do that. Okay, almost up. And oh look, we got a 4 match, so we got reflect down here, so that's kind of cool. Oops, gave him some skulls. I don't really care. Right, let's go. Blowing up our green gems. Did we get enough mana? Yep, we're up. Okay, here we go. So all action. Remove all gems of a chosen colour. 44 true damage, true scatter damage. I'm going to take the browns so it doesn't affect me. I could have chosen one of the others, but then that makes it harder to bring it up again. Worldbreaker is the one we're secretly trying to get up, but now we've got some greens going. We're not mana blocked in green, so we can just take lots of greens, and we can try and get our archer up again. Let's set up a no. Okay, almost there. Almost up again. It's very slow, isn't it? By all rights, I should be way dead by now. Yeah, this is PvP. I shouldn't be surviving this long. Let's do brown again. Ha 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 ha! Wait a minute, we just won. Maybe that's not so bad after all. But interestingly enough, I never used those other two troops at all. So, is this a good team or not? Not sure. Maybe somebody can come up with a better one. I'm not going to do a second fight. You get the idea. It's quite a hard team to build for that relies on it. But there you go. I don't think it's a great mythic. It's not got any kind of superpowers that make it stand out. It's not got any fantastic synergies or anything like that. So I'm not going to get excited about that one. Somebody may once and sometime in the future show me a use for it, but won't be today. I am going to, that's the end of the video really, but I'm just going to shout out again to Erica, because we didn't do a lot this week. I did do a bit of gold farming, and Erica recommended that using that gold farming team on Gulvania 9, I think. I, however, have been using it on Gulvania 12 because I don't think it's that much slower, and you get a whole lot more money, and of course you get to farm the good medals. So it actually does fairly well. It's a bit. You have a little bit of a different strategy to Erica's strategy that she published on Discord with it, and where you just hammer out Egg Thief and you just hammer out these two. You don't have to muck around with the other guys. You just assume they're going to die. So it's just back to that skeleton key team sort of meat thief idea. You just want to get get this one up as soon as possible, otherwise here we go, and just even if it doesn't regenerate, which it just did, you just keep on going. So every time a Plunder and Peril comes up, you fire it. Otherwise you just keep on hitting Egg Thief and don't even bother about anything else. And you don't one hit everybody with Plunder and Peril, but you certainly 2 or 3 hit them. And yeah, there's no shame in that. And it's not slow. That's not a slow team. As you saw, I probably could have done that faster if I wasn't talking. And 9,271 gold from one fight. So you can't sneeze at that kind of gold farming. So a round of Explore will take me to, I think I get about 80, maybe 80 of these on this level. I'm not sure. It's something like that, isn't it? Oh no, there you go, 71 to 75. So you don't get the mythic boss every turn. It's like 4 out of 5 turns. So every 4 out of 5 turns you're getting the mythic boss. So you're getting 5 to 6 battles in an Explore round. So you're getting, 45 to 55,000 gold for each round of 5 to 6 battles, plus some high level medals. So that's a classic. That's a great thing to do. I mean, it takes. You saw how fast that fight was. It was less than a minute. So every 5 minutes you're getting a couple of you're getting 2 to 3 tokens. You're getting, well, with that team you're getting 9,000 gold or 45,000 gold, 50,000 gold really on average. So you're getting, in 5 minutes you're getting 50,000 gold, and you're getting, some tokens. So that's an excellent farming team, better than anything I've used before. And if you're getting 50,000 in 5 minutes, it kind of makes a bit of a joke about anybody saying something like, oops, sorry, wrong place again. If anybody says on chat to me, oh, I can't make the 80,000 gold, it's like, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Buy your glory troop at the beginning, there's 200,000 there. Play the world event and there's another 100,000 there. Collect your gold keys that you get from the tasks that everybody else does in the guild, and there's another 100,000 there. Play your faction assault on Tuesday, and there's another 300,000 there. And then play Gulvania Explore 5 with Erica's team, and there's as much gold as you like there. So no excuses for not giving a lot of gold. It's very easy to do now that you know that. Now, one last thing, moving on to finally finished Weirwoods. Oof. I've got 2 to go. So finished. Okay, finished is 2,500. So in Drajit's Palace is pure 500. I'm talking about getting up to, at the moment I'm trying to get all of my delves or faction assault factions up to level 500, and I've got 2 more to go, Fangmore and the Warren. So the only 2 I've got to go. All the rest are up there. You can see what by the numbers what I've got the pure team up to. So after I finish all up to normal 500, then I'm going to start hitting the pure team. Animathrax, I'm getting up there with the pure team, but these pure teams are tough. Pure teams are a bit of a game when you do a faction assault, because you've got the potions, but when you don't have the potions, man, they're tough. And Holy Triceratops will tell you that. Holy Triceratops just finished Animanthrax. I think it was Animanthrax. Yes, it was. Today, Holy Triceratops hit it without potions, which is pretty awesome, I tell you. So that's kind of the next, the end game challenge is this. This is what you're going through here. Why do you do it? Oh, who knows? Why do you play the game? But the Warrens is really hard. I think the Warrens is the hardest one. It's probably it's the most important, one of the most important ones you have to do with potions actually. Anyway, so that's the one you want to get up here. But it's the total rewards, because you want to get these bonuses here, the stat bonuses that come with the total. So I'm about to get, in the next couple of days I'll get an extra life. So that's something that's worth hours and hours of playing, isn't it? Totally. Okay, that's all I've got. Have a good week. Thank you so much for making this game awesome. It's going to be a great week. We've got a new campaign, which means a new mythic at the end of it. It means lots of fun stuff at the beginning of each week, and lots more rewards. I love events. Lots more bonuses. We've got world events. We've got Drifting Sands, which is probably going to be quite good. Drifting Sands has got some quite good troops. Looking forward to that. And we've got a Vault event at the end of the week. So who can sneeze at a Vault event now that Nomapalooza exists? It's just going to be interesting this time how much it's been nerfed, and how much not having that big start at the beginning where we got all those what were they called, the scrolls that we found, I've forgotten. Verses, where we got zillions of verses. We're not going to have that in the beginning anymore, but they're certainly going to be enough to make Nomapaloozas worth doing, I'm certainly going to be playing a lot next weekend. So good luck, everybody. Have a good week. I think it's going to be a fun one. Get on chat. Please feed back to me regarding your thoughts about the naming and our strategy going ahead in terms of booting people who are just making minimum requirements. I do want to make a guild where everybody's contributing, particularly to the library. I don't care if you're not talking on chat, but I do care if you're not contributing some of your knowledge in the form of teams to our library. Okay, have a good week. Bye-bye.